96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. The FNM in outrage as government fails to answer questions in the House yesterday. FNM leader Pintard says senior public servants will be called before the Public Accounts Committee. And Moody says government growth and revenue targets are optimistic. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Thursday, February 9th, 2023. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Laverne Gardner will be joining us. Also this morning, get a preview as the big game is fast approaching of the Bud Light Super Bowl event they are having. And later in Morning Blend Business, Junior Junkanoo set for today. What to expect, we'll get details this morning. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, the official opposition accusing the government of failing to be transparent and democratic as it once again did not allow opposition question time in the House of Assembly, triggering a fiery sitting of Parliament with FNM MPs standing and shouting in protest as government members attempted to complete their brief agenda items. The Davis administration's failure to allow question time is much like the posture taken by the Minutes administration and by the Christie administration before that. When asked about question time, West Grand Bahama and Bimini MP Obi Wilshcombe, who serves as leader of government business, informed the House that government ministers will answer the opposition's questions on February 20th. Wilshcombe telling the NASA Guardian there will be also debate on the opposition's request for a select committee on immigration matters, though he could not commit to whether the government will vote in favor of it. Well, hours after that rowdy sitting, opposition leader Michael Pintard pledged at a hastily called meeting at FNM headquarters to up the heat on the Davis administration, and he put senior civil servants on notice that they will be called before the Public Accounts Committee to answer key questions in the public interest. He says they've written to the Prime Minister about many national issues, hoping that he will be, quote, a big man and respond in a favorable way to recommendations from the Bahamian people through us. We've used the Public Accounts Committee, and we've written every permanent secretary in the Bahamas. One of them responded to seek to provide information on contracts that have been issued to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Pintard says the opposition has had enough of this kind of governance. He says it is important now to, quote, turn it up. Borrowing a term used often by the late American civil rights icon John Lewis, Pintard said the FNM intends to get into, quote, good trouble. Credit rating agency Moody is calling the government's revenue collection and growth projections in the recently released fiscal strategy report, quote, optimistic, and said its expenditure targets will be challenging to meet. The government anticipates improved tax compliance and efficiency through administrative policy measures to increase revenue collection. But Moody says the government is relying on increased tax compliance by strengthening the Revenue Enhancement Unit. Given the Bahamas' small size, exposure to weather-related shocks, and concentrated economic structure reliant on tourism, real GDP growth has been volatile in contrast to the government's projections for steady growth. The credit ratings agency is saying the government's target to keep expenditures broadly unchanged for the next 4 years compared with fiscal 2022 could prove challenging, particularly in light of higher food and energy prices that would imply a significant reduction in government spending in real terms. The man who prosecutors say is responsible for the 2021 murder of businessman Leon Griffin, committed to stand trial in the Supreme Court, DeMargio Lockhart, otherwise known as Toons, is accused of gunning down Griffin, husband of former PLP cabinet minister Melanie Griffin, in front of their home in Winton Meadows back in December 2021. Lockhart made his initial appearance in the magistrate's court on January 17, 2022 on the murder charge. Proceedings against him in the lower court were brought to an end when he was presented with the voluntary bill of indictment, which will fast-track his case to the Supreme Court for trial. Lockhart, who's on remand at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, is expected to be arraigned in the Supreme Court next month. And a Supreme Court jury acquitting a 51-year-old man accused of the 2015 murder of a retired British doctor on Long Island. The jurors rejected the purported confession of Moses Morris, the only evidence that linked him to the April 1, 2015 murder of Dr. Harry Harding. The jury was unable to reach a decision on the alternative verdict of manslaughter. As a result, Morris, who has been locked up for almost 8 years, will face another trial for manslaughter. Prosecutors alleged that Morris and the 88-year-old Harding, the deceased, had a business relationship involving conch pearls. On April 1, 2015, Morris allegedly went to Harding's home to collect on monies allegedly owed to him for the pearls. According to the confession, they got into an argument that turned physical, and Morris stabbed Harding with a knife from his kitchen. He allegedly washed off the murder weapon and returned it to the knife block. However, defense lawyer David Cash convinced the jury that the confession was not to be believed. In his closing submissions, Cash said that the evidence of the murder weapon did not align with the evidence of the pathologist, who said she removed a silver metal object from Harding's scalp during the autopsy. And a Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine will no longer face trial for attempted murder after the case against him was withdrawn on the direction of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Able Seaman Ewan Monker of Florence Nixon Crescent faced charges of attempted murder and causing damage in relation to a shooting that took place in November 2021. Prosecutors alleged that Monker opened fire on a car that was reversing out of his driveway in Millennium Gardens around 2 a.m. Crystal Horton was wounded in the shooting, as the Mazda she was driving sustained $1,500 in damage. Monker, who's on bail, learned that the matter was withdrawn when he appeared before Chief Magistrate Joanne Ferguson Pratt to receive a voluntary bill of indictment. Monker was interdicted from his duties as a Marine. Pending the outcome of the case, the withdrawal paves the way for him to return to active duty. Overseas, thousands who lost their homes in a catastrophic earthquake huddled around campfires and clamored for food and water in the bitter cold. 3 days after the earthquake, and series of aftershocks hit Turkey and Syria, killing more than 17,000 people now. Rescuers continued their race to pull more people alive from the rubble, with the window closing to find trapped survivors. While stories of miraculous rescues briefly have lifted spirits, the grim reality of the hardship facing tens of thousands who survived the disaster cast a pall. In one Turkish city, dozens of people scrambled for aid in front of a truck distributing children's coats and other supplies. One survivor called for the government to evacuate people from the devastated region, while many of tens of thousands who've lost their homes have found shelters in tents, stadiums, and other temporary accommodations. Others have spent the nights outdoors since Monday's 7.8 magnitude quake. And from North Korea, leader Kim Jong-un and his young daughter taking center stage at a huge military parade, fueling speculation that she is being primed as a future leader of the isolated country, as her father showed off his largest nuclear missiles. Wednesday night's parade in the capital, Pyongyang, featured the newest hardware in Kim's growing nuclear arsenal, including what experts say is possibly a new solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile that he could test in the coming months. That missile was part of around a dozen ICBMs that Kim rolled out at the event, an unprecedented number that underscored how he continues to expand his military capabilities despite limited resources in the face of deepening tensions with his neighbors and the United States. The parade was the fifth known public appearance by Kim's daughter, Kim Joo-ae, his second-born child, who was believed to be around 10 years old. On Tuesday, Kim Jong-un brought his daughter to visit troops as he lauded the, quote, irresistible might of his nuclear-armed military. In sports, the Brooms were out of the Ken Lyons gym as all four teams that had the upper hand got a sweep in the championships at the BAISS Basketball Championships. The CW Saunders Cougars won the battle for the Baptist Schools competition when they won a close 54-50 game against Jordan Prince William to carry the senior boys basketball trophy. After a 1-point victory in Game 1, the Kingsway Academy Saints easily took care of the St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine 25-12 to repeat as the champions in the junior girls division. In the junior boys division, the Jordan Prince William Falcons overpowered SAC 49-41. They won that best-of-3 series 2-0. And after seeing their junior boys and girls team fall, SAC senior girls put on a dominant performance to get a 53-21 victory over the St. John's College Giants to sweep that series 2-0. All the details in today's Guardian Sports section. More from basketball, but professional basketball in the NBA. News of a big trade. The Phoenix Suns pulled a midnight blockbuster, acquiring 13-time All-Star Kevin Durant from the Brooklyn Nets. That's according to multiple sources. The outlet, citing unnamed individuals, said the Suns added Durant to a starting lineup that already includes an All-Star backcourt of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, along with center DeAndre Ayton. Phoenix sent Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and 4 first-round picks and additional draft compensation to the Nets. The Suns also received forward T.J. Warren in the deal. The 34-year-old Durant is still playing at an elite level, averaging nearly 30 points per game this season. Durant and the Suns were linked to trade rumors over the past summer, but nothing materialized until Wednesday. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. In your weather for today, we've got a prominent high-pressure ridge over the country that's going to produce brisk winds across the area as the system slowly starts to migrate eastwards today. Meanwhile, moderate to large long-period swells popping up southwestwards across the Atlantic are anticipated to briefly build already high seas across the country, creating hazardous marine conditions, mainly in the southern islands through tonight. Got a number of special warnings as a result. Small craft operators urged not to venture far from port, and beachgoers should stay out of the water as there's likely to be large swells, rough chop, high seas, dangerous rip currents especially in the northern and eastern shorelines of the southeast Bahamas. And beachgoers are being urged to exercise extreme caution across the remainder of the islands. Road users, too, in the southeast Bahamas should exercise caution while along coastal roadways, as is likely to be overtopping waves and sea spray, especially on eastern shorelines. So a lot going on. For today, for your forecast for the northwest and central Bahamas, variably cloudy, warm and breezy, turning mostly fair, a bit cool and a bit breezy tonight. Small craft advisory remains in effect. Winds east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots today. Expect winds to diminish to 15 knots over the area by tonight. Seas 3 to 5 feet near shore, building to 6 to 9 feet in light northeasterly swells. For the southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy, warm and windy with a few quick passing showers, turning mild tonight. Small craft operators urged not to venture far from port due to swells. Winds easterly at 20 to 25 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet in sheltered areas, but building to 8 to 12 feet over open waters and large northeasterly swells, especially along Atlantic exposures. Temperatures right now, 72 degrees. Fair skies in Nassau. Look for highs getting up to around 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 68 Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up after traffic in just a bit.
Wake up.
It's time for break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Of the start of a new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and carved body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Legacy College Readiness and Tours. Already get the first set of knowledge. Now it's time to prepare you for college. You're thinking so much you gotta do. Legacy will handle that for you.
Looking for a college connection that's thorough, supportive, and proactive? Get on board with Legacy College Readiness and Tours today. My name is Whitley Cargill. I am a student who benefited from Legacy College Readiness and Tours. Erica Morris, the president of Legacy College Readiness and Tours, ensures that you have a great ride through a program. You will receive unprecedented access to college information, college campuses, and college advisement based on where you want to go and what you're looking for. Expand your knowledge and your experience. It's tailored to you. Look forward to Legacy College Readiness and Tours. Get on board today. Contact us at 242-809-5278 or email us at legacycollegetours@gmail.com today.
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796 on the BTC text line. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, joined by Laverne Gardner. Laverne. Good morning, Laverne.
Good morning.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going.
Wonderful. Great to have you, as always. And we've got a lot to get to this morning. Coming up on our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking about the Bud Light and what they're doing for the Super Bowl. It's almost here, folks. Just a couple of days away now. Laverne, you ready?
I am.
Who are you pulling for?
Not sure yet.
What are you waiting for? Why don't you know?
I just don't. I mean, and I don't have a team in the game, so that's first. So, I just enjoy watching football, so I don't know. I'm
How and when will you decide? Like during the game, who's in the lead or something by halftime? Are you one of those?
we'll know by that day.
Okay.
Probably before the game starts. It's usually how I make the decision.
I see. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we're gonna find out what Bud Light is doing this morning, and then in business, did you know Junior Junkanoo? It's tonight, and we're gonna get details about that. And
Tonight?
Yes, indeed.
On a Thursday?
They used to do it on Thursday a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but it used to be in December. But I mean, we'll talk about that and get details about it and what you need to know. So, of course, that's going to mean detours and a lot of traffic disruptions. We'll tell you about that in traffic coming up in a few minutes. But let's talk about what else is in the news. And in the news, big headline in the National Guardian, Pintard pledges to turn up the heat. He had a press conference last night at FNM headquarters after a fiery day in the House. We'll get to that in a bit. But he's pledging to turn up the heat on the Davis administration and saying, quote, "We have tried it a different way for many months with this government. We've written the Prime Minister about many national issues, hoping that he will be a big man and respond in a favorable way to recommendations from the Bahamian people through us. We've used the Public Accounts Committee. We've used the Public Accounts Committee, and we've written every permanent secretary in the Bahamas. One of them responded to seek to provide information on contracts that have been issued to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. The rest of them didn't see the need for them to do so. Beginning next week, we will be summoning through the Public Accounts Committee permanent secretaries, heads of corporations, to come and answer the questions raised by the Bahamian people through us. We've written the commissioner with responsibility for the freedom of information and have not been able to access the relevant information that we need. We've taken the time through the question and answer period on the second Wednesday of each month to put questions to this government that has only on one occasion attempted to answer the questions. They've ducked the majority of them. So I want the Bahamian people to know that we have tried every conceivable way to engage in mature conversation with a government that said that they would be ready on day one, and they've proven over and over they are unwilling to be democratic. They're unwilling to consult with the opposition in the same way that they have been unwilling to consult with various private sector groups, even when they are making decisions that could dismantle the lives of various Bahamian business persons. Pintard said the opposition's had enough of this kind of governance and that they believe it's important to turn it up now. He borrowed a term used often by the late American civil rights icon John Lewis. He said the FNM intends to get into, quote, good trouble. good trouble. And this was, he was addressing a crowd, a filled room at the FNM headquarters last night, and folks were live streaming it too. And this was, again, after a fiery day in the House earlier, and after he left this show yesterday morning. He said he was going, and we could sense there was going to be trouble because he didn't seem to think that they would answer the questions. And again, it didn't happen. Take a listen to what happened in the House of Assembly yesterday morning. This report from our Paige McCartney.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
Causing quite a commotion that led to a brief suspension of the sitting of the House of Assembly this morning, opposition leader Michael Pintard lambasted the government for failing to honor question time in Parliament. When the sitting of the House began, Leader of Government Business Obi Welchcombe proceeded to the tabling of bills, which ired the opposition leader, who then asked when he and his caucus would be allowed to have their questions answered.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Just a quick question, Madam Speaker, through you to the Leader of Government Business. We know that this is the second Wednesday of the month, and we wish to have on the record whether or not the government intends to honor its commitment to honor the questions of the opposition on the range of issues we put on the agenda for some time, Madam Speaker.
The House rules allow for question time on the second Wednesday of each month. Welchcombe sought to reassure Pintard that the time would be honored at the next sitting of Parliament on February 20th. But the opposition leader was relentless.
The questions put on the order paper by the opposition will be honored. I have communicated with the leader of the opposition, of opposition business, that we intend to this morning lay bills, and then we will break and return on the 20th, during which time we will honor not only the questions, Madam Speaker, but also will cause for the debate that they've requested on immigration. That day will be set aside just to deal with those matters, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Marcus City. Madam Speaker, we have communicated through the Leader of Opposition Business as well as through myself. I spoke with the member for West End on the very day that the member for St. Anne spoke to him in the evening by way of text. We were assured we will proceed with question and answer. Madam Speaker, we have missed numerous Wednesdays. We have no idea what will happen on the 20th. We believe that it is inappropriate that we are unable to get the government to live up to its word. We are not prepared to accept what the member has said. We are not prepared to do that, Madam Speaker. They should honor their word. Stay in the House of Assembly today. Let's do the people's work. We do not accept what they're saying.
The Davis administration's failure to allow question time up to this point is much like the posture taken by the Minnis administration and by the Christie administration before that. The Minnis administration, which was in power from May 10th, 2017 to September 16th, 2021, never observed question time and left many questions unanswered. The Progressive Liberal Party, while in opposition, had challenged the Minnis administration over its failure to observe question time.
And the truth is, they continue, Madam Speaker, to mention what previous administrations have done. There's a new leadership in the Free National Movement. We're here, and we want you to behave differently. Behave differently.
The last Christie administration, of which Welchcombe was a part, also left many unanswered questions on the agenda.
Our Paige McCartney with that report there. Okay. Let's get your reaction to it. What do you make of it? What do you make of what Pintard is saying? What do you make of what Welchcombe is saying? Is it reasonable? Is it not reasonable? It was a very brief sitting yesterday. I don't know if it was going to be any longer had the opposition not, what word do I use here? Anyway, acted up, huh? But it didn't seem like there was going to be much going on yesterday in any event. What do you make of it? Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Wow, before we get to the call, Laverne, what say you on this?
I think the question should be answered.
But is it not reasonable when Wilshcombe is saying that we will do it on the 20th?
It's reasonable in the sense that you've given a date that's when you're prepared to do it. But is it reasonable if it's been when these Wednesdays have been rolling along and we've been asking and asking and asking and it's not being done. So if you look at it in terms of that, so perhaps the opposition does not believe that on the 20th it's going to happen. Perhaps they feel based on what has happened in the past, these past second Wednesdays of the month, that it's going to be something else. And so, I guess this is what it appeared to me. When you've already determined, listen, I've had enough and I'm not accepting anymore. That was kind of almost the feel I got. Like, it doesn't matter. We're not going to be delayed anymore. We're not going to put it off anymore. We're demanding to have this answered according to the rules this Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what our callers, our listeners are saying. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Dwight, and good morning, Laverne. I hope you're doing well.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. Dwight is a new day, but it's the same caca. You know what I mean? When this present government was in opposition, they wanted answers to their question, right? Now that they are the government, they are doing the same thing. And when is the change is going to come? When are we going to abide by the rules of the House? When are we going to abide by the law? If the government chooses to do what it wants to do when it wants to do, what do you expect the citizens to do? You have to lead by example, man. You said it's a new day and things are going to be different. If you want to see change, let it begin with me. You be the change that you wanted to see and follow on there. They keep saying, oh, when you were in government, you all did this, but that's why they are out of government. You are in the driver's seat now, man. Let's make a difference. Be the difference. Stand up to your word. When Reese Chipman said that that the Parliament has all kind of various different committees that are set up in order to keep Parliament in check. But the government frustrates the process. Why can't the PAC get the information that it needs? Why can't we get the Freedom of Information Act going? Why can't we get things done? We keep going around in circles and circles. And these are supposed to be honorable men, that they call themselves honorable men who's supposed to be governing us, and they refuse to abide by the rules of the House, by the rules of the country. That's why we are in this mess today, and it has to change. It has to change. We need something new. We need something different, and we keep going back to the same old. When we had the opportunity to put the DNA in or whatever, give somebody else a chance, people say, oh, we know what we're going to get. But we know what we've been getting all the time. There are 3 C's in life, Dwight: choice, chance, and change. And you must make the choice to take a chance if you want anything to change in life.
Okay.
Thank
you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Let's take another call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, morning, Dwight.
Good morning.
On the wine.
Good morning.
Yes. I agree with everything what the caller said just now, Dwight, because, again, change is something I guess Bahamians really don't want, or, they want the same thing, but they want it to be different. I don't know how this works, right? But we continue to see the FNM under PLP. I have to call them out, right? Demonstrating to the Bahamian people that, hey, if you all keep voting for us, this is what you can get. Now, what I got it from the situation in the host assembly, right, is that Mr. Pintard is finally realizing that the FNM in the opposition, right? And he is now starting to try to make the FNM relevant. That's what I see it, right? But at the end of the day, neither of those institutions, in my view, is willing to make a significant change, right? Because why we have to continue with these issues when it comes to the Freedom of Information Act continuously, right? The immigration problem continuously, the crime problem continuously, and like the gentleman said, these guys supposed to be honorable men, right? They're supposed to be people setting example for the citizens to portray or to follow, right? But look what we continue to get in this country time and time after. We have to make a change, and I believe all of us have to be a part of making that change.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Continue to call in 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Morning, Glenn, and thank you for taking my call.
Hi.
You know, I think if there's any hope for this country to move a little bit forward is in the current Free National Movement leader. He knows how to articulate. He sees clearly where he's going. But his bigger problem is within his party. And I think you need to find a way to address that, because if the party doesn't cohesively come together, like your guest is saying, you know, she's going to decide who she's going to go with the football Lucifer experience at the last minute. And this is what most of us do. But I think we need to rally behind this.
The what experience?
Sorry?
The football what experience?
Lucifer experience. That's really all we're doing on earth. Lucifer experiment.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Because he's been given an opportunity like he was given Job. But I don't want to go too deep into that because that's not in your Bible yet.
Well, let's not do that, yes.
But I think we need to rally behind the current leader, and if the one that was leading before could just get his act right and sit small, we may do better in this country. That's what I want to say, Dwight.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Another call here. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Well, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
30 years, I've listened to cry. Getting so tired of it. People stop crying. The people are happy. The masses are happy, Dwight. Let me show you. I have a fuel gauge. If the masses were not happy with what's going on, Bay Street would have 100,000 people. Remember the march, guy? We had a march, and the people weren't happy. They went to Bay Street. So the fact that Bay Street's not flooded, the people are happy. But for those few people that aren't happy, the new, extra enhanced version of your party, whichever color it is, soon reach. And I can't believe how gullible people are. It only takes 5 years for them to forget. It's like what that drink called, hypnosis. I wouldn't call the name of it that blue drink. People forget so quick. And I love it. So I'm going to sit back here and laugh at myself. And when I see 100,000 on Bay Street, I know the people ain't happy. But right now, they happy as heck. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. All right, let's get to your text messages. This one here, Dwight, don't you see a pattern? No freedom of information, no local government, no operational public accounts committee, and no opposition day questions. Our politicians don't want accountability and transparency, and that's why after 50 years of independence, we are in the mess that we are in today. Wow. Another message. I watched the House of Assembly yesterday, and I was ashamed for Mr. Pintard's behavior. While I understand it, there should be question time for the opposition. The leader of government business in the House put on record there will be question time on the 20th of February. And even more, he sat in the House under menace where question time was hardly ever adhered to. Yeah. This one here, I agree with Pintard. At some point, we have to do things differently, regardless of what others have done prior. Yeah, okay. Another text, this one says, go Birds. I think they're talking about the Eagles. Yeah? Okay. I agree with Pintard, but shouldn't we have these answers or the rationale before these things are done? We are tired of the lack of accountability. The answers, okay. I think I get what you're saying, Dexter, I guess. Another one here. The reason why I mentioned that I have never voted before, I don't know what's happening. Who is this? Why? Okay. When I don't know. Okay.
Maybe it's a continuation from the other day.
It's tune in weekly for the text line to this story for this texter. Okay, I guess you texted that before. The reason why I mentioned that I have never voted before, if I don't, you might jump me in with the clowns from one of these parties. The PLP and the FNM must stop with always saying what the last party did. No change. That's why the next election I prayed no one elects any of these fools just to vote. Okay,
well,
I'm confused.
I'm at that threshold. I've been there. If you're constantly doing something that's wrong or you're breaking the rules, I'm tired of hearing you did it. Like, can we not rise above that? Should we not be better? Should you not want to be better?
Absolutely.
I felt this way with the last administration, when at the time the Progressive Liberal Party was in opposition. I was like, okay, well, and I didn't try to answer the question. I was like, these are questions, some of these questions put forth, want to know the answer to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Tech caller will get to you in a second. This person says here, the FNM deserves questions answered. However, I know they have been feeling deflated as the COI has been doing things that translate into tangibles. Really? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, Pintard. People are sick of this twin-head monster in the form of the FNM and PLP. Well, I don't know how you can speak for the people.
Dwight,
you can't speak for the people, but maybe you are, Texter, and that's okay.
Right. We say that, and then election comes, and it ends up either being the Progressive Liberal Party or the Free National Movement. People say that they're tired, and you hear chants, we're tired, and enough is enough, and then go right to the polls and look at the results.
This person says here, this administration is lousy. Pintard, Brave, and Sears are not being truthful when confronting the BPL fiasco. In less than 3 months, illegal structures erected in one Abaco shanty town increased by nearly 300%, according to the senior Ministry of Works official. The Prime Minister needs to address this stuff. Yeah, okay. Another text here. I think if Pintard and Minnis team up, the PLP will surely be in problems. Okay. We need experience and youth together, and both bring experience. They just need to put away their personal feelings for each other.
Who's going to bring the youth?
Well, but...
I'm just asking. The texter said we need experience and youth.
Well, Pintard is definitely younger, but
okay.
But their personal feelings, you need to work on the public's feelings for a certain individual.
Right. I don't think people... besides the reporters who always want an interview from him, I don't know if people yet have an appetite for the former Prime Minister. Or maybe it's just me and I'm projecting.
No.
I apologize if it's just me. Maybe it's a me thing.
It's definitely a Dwight thing, too. So at least the two of us.
Also, we're in this together.
Yeah. This person says, too much tit for tat, butter for fat. You kill my dog, I kill your cat. These politicians are acting like children. The PLP government needs to answer the questions. Indeed. Caller, what say you on this? Good morning.
Dwight, good morning. Good morning, LeBert.
Hi.
Morning.
The demonstration yesterday in the Parliament, I hear some people saying that they are appalled by the behavior. Let's put it like this. What the opposition attempted to do is there some prevalent salient questions that the Bahamian people have been asking for quite some time. The Bahamian people cannot go into the Parliament and address the Parliament and address these questions. So the opposition leader then, hearing these questions, knowing what the public feels, is attempting to get answers to the questions that the Bahamian people deserve to have answered. That's all it is. And, they hear the excuse about what happened in the Christie administration. Oh, well, they had question and answer period, but they didn't answer. Then they have it in the Minnis administration that they didn't answer. Guess what? The current opposition leader stated that there's a new sheriff in town. So he is trying to break that tradition of not having the questions answered. And I applaud him for it. I applaud what they are attempting to do, and we're going to see what the 20th is going to reveal. But these questions must be answered. The people are asking for it. Thanks for taking my call, Dwight.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. A few messages before we go to the break. This person says here, don't wait for any of those things you just mentioned anytime soon. Remember that the Jokers Club, the House of Assembly, well, is not short on members. Sad but true. Okay. All right. Dwight, we Bahamian people don't believe the PLP or FNM have any interest in in immigration, crime, or helping Bahamians anymore. Okay. After 50 years of failure and no vision, actions speak louder than words. Continue feeding Haitians $30 a day, equaling $900 a month, and feeding Bahamians nothing. Okay. I am of the opinion, that both parties like the loopholes that exist in Parliament, i.e. no freedom of information, etc. Youth is usually, but not always, a factor of chronological age. It's a combination of mind and energy. That's where we go wrong with everything we assess based on what our eyes see rather than substance. Okay. None of the parties deserve to serve again. All of them failed the Bahamian people 100%. Yikes. Graham is 100% correct. Until we show up like we did in numbers on We March, no government's going to take us seriously. Bain is gaining support, and that is the only thing they fear. Mr. We March really did some damage to the nation's trust by selling out and sitting down. Others have stepped up, though. I wish Pintard good luck, but even he won't reveal all the games being played by both parties. Bitter people today. This one says the PLP is too concentrated on power to govern properly. That is why they are attacking Bain and others, because their power is threatened. Y'all falling for Pintard's act. PLP and FNM work together like the WWE wrestlers. They are the same. Oh, it's all performance, eh? Okay. My goodness. We March was a sellout, pure and simple. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Well, let's pick it up on the other side of this break, Laverne, and I'm going to get more of your reaction to what's happening here. This is Morning Blend on a Thursday morning on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
I came there to party. It's festival time. I came there to party. Celebration time. Find the man and hold him. Hold him right there. Just relax on it. Relax on it. Just relax on it. Relax on it. It's time to push back, push back. It's time to push back, push back. It's time to push back, push back.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Time for your first look at traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. Reminding you, as always, that the RBC mortgage specialist can provide helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. As we've been telling you, the Junior Junkanoo Parade is tonight, and so there are going to be some closures and detours for the downtown area. And that parade is set to begin at 6, but streets are going to be closed starting from 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. So, from 4 o'clock, Parliament Street between Shirley Street and Woods Rogers Wharf, Frederick Street between Woods Rogers and Princess Street, Charlotte Street between Shirley and Woods Rogers Wharf, Market Street between Bay and Princess, George Street between Bay and Duke, Navy Line Road between Woods Rogers Wharf and Marlborough Street, and Cumberland Street between Marlborough and Duke Street. Just basically downtown. You're going to have issues, so avoid it if you can and get out of there if you work downtown. Traffic will be diverted And there'll be no parking permitted on a number of streets from 2 p.m. So there's a long list there. Again, the downtown area, not a place you'd want to be from just after 1 or 2 o'clock today. In your real-time traffic right now, we're looking at heavy traffic on Mile Butler Highway as usual, from Fire Trail all the way up to the Tonic Williams-Darling Highway roundabout. And traffic is backed up along Tonic Williams-Darling Highway as well, westbound to that roundabout. Already seeing some building traffic at the 6-legged roundabout from multiple directions. And Gladstone Road also busy for you just north of Fire Trail, northbound to JFK Drive. Blue Hill Road from about Carmichael straight up to the Independence Drive roundabout, heavy traffic there. And traffic both directions on Independence Drive, west and eastbound. Eastern Road, heavy traffic from Fox Hill to about Johnson Road, and Shirley Street as you approach Mackey Street, looking busy for you. Soldier Road from Robinson Road, Prince Charles, straight up to the intersection with Bernard Wolfe and Village, looking busy as well. And pockets along Prince Charles Drive, especially near Fox Hill Road and Beatrice Avenue. Those are your hot spots. That's a real-time traffic in your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Whether you're looking for your first or new home, or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique, and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why, at RBC, we have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Technology serves to make our lives better, so why not your business too? At Custom Computers, we've been maintaining our knowledge and relationships with top tech companies since 1987 and carry only the most trusted brands like Apple, Microsoft, HP, and more. No company has helped more businesses build reliable IT systems than Custom Computers. You name it, we've done it. Call 396-1101 to talk to any of our business experts. Find trust in your tech. Count on Custom Computers.
With over 25 years in business, nothing says commitment to our people, culture, and service like Rev. And this year is no different. We will continue to elevate your home experience for you to create and share memories for years to come, while keeping you connected to the people and things you love most. Our pledge to provide quality service each year remains true. Rev is made for you.
At Doctors Hospital, our lamp just got brighter. The Loyalty Advantage membership program now has 3 unique plans to choose from. From Lamp Prepaid with free prime care visits and service line discounts, Lamp Insured with copay waivers and 0 upfront collections at the ER and inpatient services, or our new Lamp Access, a free plan that offers 10% off labs, pharmacy, and imaging. Lamp has a plan for everyone. To sign up, visit our website or give us a call. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now.
Are you ready to break up with your car? Easy Car Sales invites you to fall in love with an electric vehicle. Ditch the gas pump, the expensive mechanics. Feel the freedom, the power. Visit easy242.com and make a date to test drive an electric vehicle today. Get into a better relationship. Find your perfect match at Easy Car Sales and drive electric happily ever after.
Whether your business is in-store, on the go, or both, let Fidelity work with you to maximize your customers' payment options with a fixed or mobile terminal so that you never miss a sale. It's safer than cash and more convenient so that you can take your business anywhere. For details, contact a business development officer today at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport, or visit our website at fidelitygroup.com.
Hi, my AC just went out and I need someone to come fix it.
I'm sorry, we're closed.
Okay, what about tomorrow?
We're only open on Thursday. And we're fully booked.
Have anything next week?
No.
Okay, when can you send someone out?
The 22nd is open.
I'll take it.
Of December 2023.
With the best medical cover for your dollar, we're like an AC technician who isn't too busy for you. CG Atlantic Medical and Life. Good like that.
Florida Auto Parts can deliver all the auto parts your car will ever need, direct from the USA and from around the world. Florida Auto Parts provides fast delivery on auto parts, and we ship throughout the Bahamas, genuine or aftermarket, new or used, and all for the best price. Call Florida Auto Parts Trusted Parts Rep on WhatsApp at 1-786-772-8777 to save on your next auto parts purchase. Florida Auto Parts, the right parts at the right price.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
On the road to 50, I came there to party. It's festival time. I came there to party. Celebration time. Find the man and hold him right there. Just relax on it.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for your smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Float, Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:23, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. We've got a lot going on. We've got a prominent high-pressure ridge over the area that will continue to drive brisk winds across the islands as the system slowly starts to migrate eastwards. Meanwhile, moderate to large long-period swells over the southeast Bahamas and southwest Bahamas and across the Atlantic are anticipated to briefly build already high seas across Bahamian waters, creating hazardous marine conditions near the southern islands through tonight. And as a result, we've got a number of warnings. We've got smoke-craft operators being urged to not venture far from port, and beachgoers should stay out of the water due to the presence of large swells, rough chop, high seas, and dangerous rip currents affecting northern and eastern shorelines in the southeast Bahamas. Beachgoers also urged to exercise caution across the rest of the country. Road users in the southeast Bahamas should exercise caution too while traveling along coastal roadways, as is likely to be overtopping waves and sea spray, especially on eastern shorelines. So for today, for the northwest and central Bahamas, variably cloudy, warm and breezy, turning mostly fair, a bit cool and a bit breezy tonight. Smoke-craft advisory in effect. For the southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy, warm and windy with a few quick passing showers, turning mild tonight. Smoke-craft operators urged to not venture far from port due to swells. Temperatures today getting up to around 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 68 Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. In your extended outlook, that high pressure will persist on Friday as the surface high shift will shift further eastwards into the Atlantic ahead of an approaching cold front. And as a result, seas will gradually diminish while shower chances will increase across the northern islands into the weekend. So for Friday, tomorrow, partly sunny, warm, and locally windy with a few isolated showers. Saturday, variably cloudy, very warm and breezy with isolated to widely scattered showers and a few offshore thunderstorms, mainly in the northwest Bahamas as that cold front moves into the area. Tomorrow we'll tell you what that means for Super Bowl Sunday. But that is your Morning Blend weather check for now, brought to you by Bahamas First. Visit firstonlineinsurance.com and select a Bahamas First agent to purchase, pay, or renew your car or home insurance 100% online, or just stop by any Bahamas First agent. Bahamas First, celebrating 40 years as the first Bahamian general insurance company. What's first for you comes first for us. And time for another check of your traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. RBC's mortgage specialists can provide helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. A reminder about Junior Junkanoo tonight, and that means road closures downtown. Many streets are going to be closed in the downtown area from about 4 o'clock. And as of 2 o'clock, you can expect some diversions to start, and there'll be no parking downtown. So keep that in mind. That area, you might not want to be around there from about 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's all of downtown impacted by the Junior Junkanoo Parade this evening. In your real-time traffic at this hour, we're seeing the heavy traffic as usual on Milo Butler Highway from Fire Trail straight up to Tawny Williams Darling Highway. Traffic building around that roundabout on both directions on Tawny Williams Darling Highway. Further up, a bit of congestion at the six-legged roundabout, but nothing that you can't manage. And further north on New Providence Highway, it's West Bay Street that's seeing the issues near the roundabout there. At Saunders Beach, so eastbound on West Bay and east as you continue out of the roundabout on your way to Arawak Key. Downtown Nassau as well, West Bay Street seeing some congestion as you get into the downtown area. Elsewhere, we've got Wolf Road and Poinciana Drive seeing some heavy traffic this morning, especially Poinciana between Blue Hill and Thompson Boulevard, University Drive, westbound mainly. Wolf Road looking busy also between East Street and Blue Hill Road. And then further east, Bernard Road near the schools and Soldier Road. Heavy traffic from Robinson straight up to Village Wolf and Bernard in the northbound lanes there. Soldier also busy for you near Windsor Place and as you approach Old Trail. And Robinson Road as usual between Soldier and Old Trail. Heavy traffic there. Prince Charles Drive on your way to east to Beatrice Avenue. That's westbound traffic on Prince Charles. Going to be seeing heavy traffic there as well. Elsewhere, Carmichael Road westbound to Coral Harbor Road. And Gladstone Road just north of Fire Trail up to JFK Drive. In fact, on JFK Drive, heavy traffic eastbound on Lake Cunningham as you approach the roundabout with Bahamas Boulevard and Gladstone Road. That's what we're looking at on a busy Thursday morning. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
To the world! The Bahamas is big ting, my island is big ting, all over is big ting. The Bahamas is big ting, the Bahamas is big ting, my island is big ting, all over is big ting. The Bahamas is big ting. Now many other countries ain't lucky like us, with the sun that shine from dawn till dusk. From Freeport to Inapa, we can travel hassle-free. We may never leave on time, but we can check in early. Bahamas is big ting, my island is big ting, all over is big ting. The Bahamas is big ting, Bahamas is big ting.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with Bud Light about what they have planned for the Super Bowl. That's coming up. And then later in Morning Blend Business, we're talking about Junior Junkanoo. That's tonight, what you need to know. All of that straight ahead. Laverne, going to keep putting it out there, hoping people will get on board with this 242 day. And we're going to talk a lot more about it tomorrow.
Yes. So we're talking about it tomorrow.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Looking forward to more people making this an annual thing. 242 day, the 24th
I am
of the second month.
100% in support of it.
Yep. It falls on a Friday this year. And so we hope everybody will, do something
Have you
special.
designed T-shirts yet?
No, I haven't. But they're just weird
You
colors.
got to take this thing seriously.
But
Got to have T-shirts.
That's for other people. Do that, folks. go right ahead. Go and design 242 day. I mean, what am I doing with designing T-shirts? That's not me. But if you go right ahead, Bahamians, design 242 day T-shirts and have them on sale so people can get them for February 24th. Right? And,
let me rephrase that. Are you speaking with a graphic artist?
Again, I'm speaking right now.
T-shirts?
I'm speaking right now to
this.
people who can take the 242 and run with it. You should have
had these T-shirts
no.
with you to showcase.
This is not about me. This is about let's do this. And again, we'll have more tomorrow. And what you can do.
It. It's not about you.
I'm saying this will be a good thing for us to do every year. Claim
Dwight,
that
somebody
day.
has to organize it. Somebody.
Well, tune in tomorrow.
Come on, you can't keep kicking the can down the road.
I'm not doing that. Not doing that at all. Just I'm not. Who am I? Your daddy? What am I doing? Telling you how to celebrate a day?
No, see, you've gone the other way. All I asked you to do, all I'm saying is organize it.
Well, we'll talk more about
That's all
tomorrow.
I'm asking.
We'll talk more about tomorrow about what you can do, what we all can do, and what is being done. We might have some special surprises to announce tomorrow as well. But again, that's February 24th, 242 day, right? And we're going to make sure it's big this time. This is the third year we've been talking about it. But hopefully this will take off now. So we'll see. Anyway, I want to continue with some of the text messages that came in based on what we were talking about earlier about what the opposition says they're going to do about turning up the heat on the Davis administration. And there is a story that I want to read. Disturbing story. We'll get to that story in just a bit. But let's read these text messages. This person says here, what was played on your news clip, with Pintard saying that they, the FNM, were not expecting the offer to put their questions forward on the 20th. So with that being said, the government will say that on the 20th, they, the opposition, rejected the offer, so no question time will be granted. You think it'd be that petty? And yeah, I mean, that won't be a good look, though. I don't think people are going to sit back and allow that. I really don't think so. That'll look terrible. But hey, this one says here.
Yeah, stay true to your word. You said the 20th, so the government should come prepared.
Yeah.
To answer those questions. They already have the questions. The questions are in a document based on news reports that I watched yesterday. So it isn't as if the opposition has to provide them with another list. You know what I mean? So just come prepared and begin the business of the House and answer the questions.
Yeah, boy. This person says here, Dwight being worse than minutes ain't no compliment. They are fighting words. Who is worse than that? Is there anybody? Anything? This one says here, we voted in a new government because we wanted to see changes, but no one gets sick and tired of government saying that the opposition did that when they were in government.
No, I'm sick of it. I just want to say to the texter, I am sick of it.
Oh, I think they say, but one gets sick and tired. Yeah, all, I think, all get sick and tired of that one. This person says that when in opposition, they have the answer to everything. As soon as they're in government, they drink that stupid Kool-Aid and forget everything they promised. As for the Freedom of Information Act, you will never see that implemented because they will not be able to hide their cronyism. Okay. This one says here, hi, Morning Blend. I trust that if or when Pintard tries using the Public Accounts Committee, he finds that it's still that and not the Silent or Secret Accounts Committee, because they all have sowed into that system and are now reaping its corruption. Okay. This one says, I'm all on board for 242 Day. I will have my flags and colors. There you go. There you go. Wonderful.
I have my flag. I just wanted a T-shirt design.
Still time.
Dwight, you're really mean about this. I just want to let you know.
That's not my thing, right? What am I designing T-shirts?
So your thing is just to put forth the idea.
That's right. I'm a fountain of ideas. A fountain of ideas. Take them and run with them, and then I'll criticize you when you go in the wrong direction. I'll say, what the heck is this? Anyway, this I want to read. This is a serious story now. This is in the Tribune. This is very disturbing. The headline is, Police may be placed at school after stabbing. after a high school student was stabbed on campus in Abaco this week. Education Minister Glenn Santa Martin says she's asked officials to consider placing police officers at the school where the incident occurred. Police reported yesterday that a 17-year-old student in Abaco was stabbed by another student of the same age while on the playing field. Officers did not name the school where the stabbing took place, but said that the incident happened around 10 a.m. on Tuesday. The victim was taken to a local clinic after the incident and was treated and later discharged. Meanwhile, a 17-year-old student is in custody and assisting police with their investigations. Commenting on the stabbing yesterday, Hannah Martin noted that violence is an ongoing issue in the country, which she said is now spilling into school campuses now. No? Okay. She also expressed concern about the incident in Abaco and noted that officials are now reviewing it to see how they can strengthen campus safety there. She said, quote, "We've put police officers, specialized trained officers on the campuses. I was advised yesterday there is not one on that particular campus, and so I've asked them to review that and revisit that. But these police officers do more than just police a campus. They engage in mentorship, they do lectures on anger management, etc. It appears to be, from what we're seeing, a very useful program, and statistics are showing a decline in incidents and on those campuses where those officers are." Okay. She noted that parents also have a role to play. Quote, "We need all hands on deck, but we're doing all that we can to ensure that the campuses are as safe as they are, but it requires collaborative efforts, and we're now reviewing that particular school in Abaco." Abaco has added complications, which include Dorian. The schools were closed for 3 years. There's trauma that's been associated with that, and so there are a lot of issues. It's not an easy road, but we are doing all that we can to confront the issue. Boy. The incident comes as concerns continue about teacher shortages on the island as well, particularly at the government schools. Teachers there have also complained that a lack of staff has made it difficult for them to closely monitor the students. Hannah Martin acknowledged concerns about staff shortages and admitted that the ministry is challenged in finding specialty teachers to go to various schools. She said, quote, "But we're working with that, and we're now talking about expanding our scope in the recruitment of teachers, and so those issues are being addressed. But wherever we know there is any form of deficit, we have sought to fill them through the virtual school, which is not ideal, but it's a stopgap measure while we ensure that we get teachers there." Okay. Let's get your reaction to that, Abaco, boy. What are we doing enough? What needs to happen? Because we keep hearing stories like this, objects being brought onto the campus. I think they said there was a student with a firearm the other day, right? What needs to be done here?
I don't know. I don't know. We have we're a violent society. And invariably that violence has spilled over into our schools. We can continue to have these kind of programs, these intervention programs. I don't know what else we can do. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't know. I was talking about this with someone earlier this week, and, we say, okay, you have police on campus, right? And then you say, we need the church to be involved. We need the community to be involved. We need parents. So where do we go?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've said it before, we are seeing what's happening. We're going to have to get very serious about security, right? Everywhere we're going to have metal detectors and searches. This freedom that we have to just walk in any place. I don't know how much longer we can keep doing this. We can see what's going on. Until we get a handle on the violence that you talked about, until everybody realizes they have a role to play in this, we are going to have to make it very difficult for people to harm each other with weapons like this. And it's still very lax here. Very lax. Caller, do we lose it? Yeah. Boy. Yeah. This text here. Dwight, I heard you have to be able to speak Creole to be a teacher in Abaco. That's why no one wants to go there. It's required, you think? Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
We need to confirm that,
Yeah.
because you hear a lot of things out there. So
Well, I mean,
we need to confirm whether that's true or not.
I think to be a teacher almost anywhere in the country, you might need to know a little bit of Creole. Good morning. You're on the air.
Right. Good morning, Laverne.
Hi.
Johnson, critical thinker. I'd rather get
morning.
What we need to do is we need to stop doing the same thing, expecting different results. We already had police in the school before and other different things. What we have is for decades now is we've been treating the symptoms. We need to treat the disease, and that is incorporating a new culture, starting from in the schools. If you started from the first grade, we would now be dealing with the 12th grader by now. That has been re-engineered. But we begin to see that in the same conversation. If you go back to what Mr. Michael Pintard is doing, is that it's amazing that finally we have someone in opposition that is willing to do what we've been asking to be done, setting a new trend, a new precedent for us to follow. And then we have people that argue against what the actual rules and good governance call for. And that's a form of accountability in governance. I think what Mr. Pintard has started is a wonderful trend of accountability. This is an opportunity for Bahamians to rally behind and begin to shape the direction of this newfound initiative of accountability.
Is it really, though? I mean, all the opposition leaders kind of are aggressive like this.
No, but this is what we see. Again, we go in with doubt and says, whatever, rather than standing behind him, putting him in such a position that he can't withdraw from what he has started. But if there's no support, of course, then that means the government gets to continue doing what they're doing. Because he will set a trend. Like you say, you remember the argument they make all the time? Well, you all did it. Well, let's set a trend where we now, next governance, we get to see the new opposition say, we're coming after you because you came after us, rather than you didn't do anything and you block whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
No matter what the Progressive Liberal Party does, the real power belongs to the people. But it is only when we put support and move in the direction of what we want as a collective that we will get it in Parliament regardless of the numbers of the opposition.
Okay.
And so if we want transparency, accountability, and what is called for, questions answered, not only the questions Mr. Pintard has asked, but additional questions we could put to Mr. Pintard to add to the questions he has had, seeking the answers that we need.
Right.
And then if we put pressure on Mr. Pintard, he would then have to go into the House of Assembly and apply that pressure to the government, because we will tell him, if he wants to be the replacement, these are the new rules that we are playing by.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Super Bowl, are you ready, Laverne? Yep, you picked the team yet? You still have to wait till Sunday?
Which team are you pulling for?
The Chiefs.
Keep putting this pressure on me.
The Chiefs all the way. See how quickly I answered that? You see how quickly? Why is my producer shaking his head? I don't understand what's going on with him. Anyway, this is more. We'll be back. We're talking about Bud Light after the break. Stay with us.
Whether you're looking for your first or new home, or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique, and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why at RBC we have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Legacy College Readiness and Tours. Already get the first set of knowledge. Now it's time to prepare you for college. You're thinking so much you gotta do. Legacy will handle that for you.
Hi, my name is Erica Morris, the president of Legacy College Readiness and Tours, a comprehensive college readiness firm. I'm reminded of my senior year in high school. The trepidation and insecurity I felt the closer my school years were coming to an end. I was afraid and unsure of what steps to take next. I needed a me, someone knowledgeable about the college and career selection process. And I know finding the best college fit can be a daunting and stressful task. And I'm here to eliminate that stress by providing a guided tour into you choosing the right college for you. For more information on how Legacy College Readiness and Tours can assist you, contact us at 242-809-5278 or email us at legacycollegetours@gmail.com.
Florida Auto Parts can deliver all the auto parts your car will ever need, direct from the USA and from around the world. Florida Auto Parts provides fast delivery on auto parts, and we ship throughout the Bahamas, genuine or aftermarket, new or used, and all for the best price. Call Florida Auto Parts Trusted Parts Rep on WhatsApp at 1-786-772-8777 to save on your next auto parts purchase. Florida Auto Parts, the right parts at the right price.
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Technology serves to make our lives better, so why not your business too? At Custom Computers, we've been maintaining our knowledge and relationships with top tech companies since 1987 and carry only the most trusted brands like Apple, Microsoft, HP, and more. No company has helped more businesses build reliable IT systems than Custom Computers. You name it, we've done it. Call 396-1101 to talk to any of our business experts. Find trust in your tech. Count on Custom Computers.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL. Growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Welcome to the power of Visa, with access to thousands of travel and shopping and dining discounts with up to $1,500 in savings yearly with Mobile Assist's new prepaid Visa travel rewards cards. Book the cheapest flights, even cheaper than Orbitz and Expedia. Get cash back at participating hotels, car rentals with automatic insurance, and online shopping discounts at U.S. stores like Gap, Best Buy, and more. Get your 30-day free trial when you download our Mobile Assist app. Visit mobileassist/rewards now for your prepaid Visa travel rewards card.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
I turn on my TV for some pigskin fun. I see a Super Bowl season here on ABC. The biggest game each week is their specialty. I gotta get ready, make everything right. Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. Are you ready? Hey! Are you ready?
We are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong with Laverne Gardner. The big game is Sunday, though. Sunday, and there is a big party, a big Super Bowl party. And here to tell us all about it, we're very pleased to welcome from Bud Light. We've got the brand manager for Anheuser-Busch AB Bev. We've got Nathan Arnett, and brand coordinator for Bud Light AB Bev, Dante McDonald. Guys, great to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right, so, I mean, everybody's Very, very excited about this. But let's talk about this. What's going to be happening on Sunday?
So this Sunday, yes. You know, this week is Super Bowl weekend. So this Sunday we're doing it big. We've been on a little hiatus for the past couple of years, but you know, Bud Light, and we always do it big for the Super Bowl. And so this weekend, February 12th, this Sunday, I should say, we're doing annual, our big bang Super Bowl party. It's going to be there again at the Cricket Club. You know, it can't be no other place. And doors open at 4 p.m. So kickoff is actually at 6:30. But I would advise you get there early because it's people they've been calling and messaging left, right, and center they're ready for this. So just 4 p.m. when the pregame starts, I advise you to come out there, get your spot, get your buckets, your beers, chill out. Get a good view of the screens because we have 3 huge screens that's going to make you feel like you're actually there. So it's going to be big this weekend.
Oh, wow. And you've got a lot of great stuff for people, even when they walk in?
Yeah, even when they walk in. So entry at the door is $10 and you get a free Bud Light automatically with that. We have free prizes and stuff like that that's going to be given away all throughout the night. And it's going to be amazing. And then we also have after that the after party. So you don't even have to go home after that.
After party?
Yeah, so after party is going to be with DJ Tank.
All right, what's going to be happening at the after party?
Just crazy. Yeah, just vibes. Yeah, just vibes.
All right, so what about people asking about the drink specials and stuff? How does that work during the game?
Right, so during the games, the drink specials, I'll let Dante talk on that.
Well, with the $10 on entry, you get your first drink. So automatically, when you're looking for your section or whatever have you, and you're with your friends, everybody comes in, they get their drink. You go to your section, and we're gonna have bear promo girls walking around taking your order. Or you can go to the bar. We have a bucket special of 6 for $20, and you can choose to purchase the cooler or you can purchase the bucket. If you get the cooler, you get to take the cooler home as a souvenir. It's a nice Bud Light cooler. Take it to the beach. Summertime coming up is a nice souvenir to have. Okay. And then we're going to have the bucket specials where you get to keep your bucket as well. I guess.
You pay a
little extra
for your bucket.
Keep that
as a souvenir. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you get your regular bucket specials, but if you want to pay an additional $5 or $10, you get your bucket or your cooler, and you can walk home with that.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. All right, so food. You're at the Cricket Club, so I guess the menu at the Cricket Club is what you can expect, or there'll be other things as well.
Right, it's going to be the traditional down-home food that the Cricket Club usually does, but we're also going to be doing things like grilled hot dogs, regular grilled food on the grill, grilled chicken, things like that.
Real Super Bowl type food.
Yeah. So it's gonna be amazing. We also it's gonna be things like popcorn, tacos, things. So it's gonna be a good variety of food.
Yeah. That sounds great. All right, so we were talking about who we're pulling for. So what's happening with you guys? Who you all pulling for?
I wish I could say, but we can't really pull sides because Bud Light is the official beer for the NFL. I can't really pull sides on camera. I should say. On radio. Sorry.
I should have said that, Dwight.
Yeah. You with Bud Light too, Laverne? Yeah. Okay.
Because I can't decide yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
All right, so you got somebody asking about, well, if they can't make it, but they're having something at their own place, and they want to know if there are Bud Light specials leading up to the game.
There aren't any Bud Light specials, but you can always just pop into any one of our Jimmy's Wines and Spirits stores. You get a great price.
Yeah.
Now, also this Saturday, what we are doing also is if we advise you to come out at the Cricket Club, but this Saturday, if you purchase any 9-pack or more at any one of our Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, we're actually giving away 100 free tickets to come to the game.
Oh, okay.
Or if you want a Bud Light NFL cap, you could choose between either one. So once you purchase a 9-pack or more this Saturday at any one of our Jimmy's Wines and Spirits store, you get a free ticket. You can't beat that.
Wow. You got to come early, I guess, because
you better come early.
Sell out very quick.
Yeah, and it does sell out very quick, and we only have 100 that we're giving away. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So remind us about Sunday, what we can expect, and how many people can you accommodate?
Well, the last one, the biggest one that we did numbers of some north of 3,000 plus.
What?
So we're making accommodations to probably even try and double that.
Well, where did you? Was this inside or
Right at the cricket club?
Outside, right?
Yeah, we're gonna completely transform the field in front of the cricket club. We're gonna have the fan zones. We're gonna have the regular fan area with cocktail tables. You and your boys can stand up at cocktail tables. So if you're coming in a group of people, you have the opportunities here to get skyboxes.
Okay.
We also have bleachers available, bleacher seating and stuff. So that's the place to be this Sunday. We're going to have promo girls. We're going to have cold bears. You pay your entry fee. You get one free Bud Light upon entry. And complimentary of the cricket club, we're going to have some down-home Bahamian food, that cook peas and rice or whatever have you. We're going to have grilled chicken, other meats on the grill. And we want to give a special shout out to KO Productions. I don't know if you've ever been to a KO party, but the experience they put on for our fans is going to be amazing. And they double down this year, so that means they're going to do 10 plus than we did last year.
Make up for all the years we lost.
Ah,
right?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so Skybox. Wait, how much is that? And how many people can you accommodate in the Skybox?
Okay, yeah. So the Skybox is going to be the tickets. The regular general admission tickets is $10. So the Skybox tickets is $30. So inexpensive, and it can accommodate up to 200 people. So
how many?
200. So they're big
Just
Skyboxes.
the Skybox.
Yeah. So we have
only $30.
Only $30.
And you get a free bear upon entry.
Okay.
Right.
Oh wow!
So for that, I must say you come early because we're not doing any pre-tickets for that. So it's when you come on the door, you would have to purchase it at the door.
All right, so everybody has to pay $30 who goes in the Skybox.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's still a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's an amazing deal. So, but like I said, we're doing it bigger and better. Those Skyboxes are a new addition. Because from the past, we've listened to the people, and they wanted some people, the little bougie people wanted, they wanted extra something.
Right.
So it definitely was. It definitely is something that we wanted to add. But yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. All right. So is this Jade?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, Jade. Jade Knowles from KO Productions. All right. Oh, she can use this one right here. So we're hearing about how big this is going to be on Sunday. And how you doing? Great to have you with us. So tell us about this. So what can we expect from KO Productions?
Well, I mean, once you hear KO Productions, you hear Bud Light, you just hear experience. That's it. So when you don't want to be home, you don't want to be to a boring party. And yes, I'm calling people's house parties boring.
Wow.
No experience like a KO Productions experience. But this actually makes you feel like you're at a Super Bowl because the way everything's going to be set up, the field is going to be painted, the screens are huge.
The field is going to be painted?
Yes. It's going to be painted like a real football field.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be crazy.
Okay.
So, and a fact, I'm sure that my lovely colleagues over here, they've already said it, but we're introducing Skyboxes this year. So you don't actually have to sit on the field if you don't want to. If you want to be a little bougie, you get to go a little higher, go a little away from the crowd, and still enjoy the experience nonetheless. But it's just like I said, it's just a vibe. And then you get all these buckets, all these specials coming up. You get to drink your beers all night. Bring your blanket, bring your chairs. We have chairs and tables just in case you're late, because Bahamians are late.
Oh, well.
You might have to bring your own chair. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's only $10 to get in. So why not? Why not party like a rock star? We've been in lockdown for so long. Come on now.
Exactly. I tell you.
And you get a free bear upon entry.
Yeah,
with your $10.
you can't beat that. Wow. So this is going to be a big year, history making. 2 black quarterbacks, and then of course a lot of people waiting for the halftime show with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And so this is the Super Bowl to see.
It is.
Yes. And talking about the halftime, we actually are taking some winners live. To the Super Bowl also. So we had an Enter the Win. We had an Enter the Win promotion a few months ago, and so we picked the winners last year for Bud Light with Jimmy's Wines and Spirits.
Yes. You were,
so yeah, we picked 3 winners, and those winners get a +1. So we're taking 6 people tomorrow. Actually,
okay, tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're leaving tomorrow.
So you're going to?
Yeah, I am.
Look at that. Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's going to be a whole curated thing for Bud Light. So
next year you need to include a media partner. And
yes, we
let us follow the whole right. We gotta go with them to the Super Bowl.
I'm really good with a conch shell. You might need security with you.
Right.
So we're trying to incorporate some cool things for the actual cricket club also. Where we could probably do some live feeds and stuff like that from inside the stadium and all that.
Oh, wow.
I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah. But the guys, they're ecstatic. They can't wait because Bud Light, like I said, it's the official beer of the NFL. So we have some great things. They're going to the Bud Hotel. They have VIP tailgating at the actual stadium. We have a reception concert with Willie Nelson and his family. We have the Bud Light Music Fest with the Imagine Dragons. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on.
They get to see
so
Riri at halftime.
Oh man!
So it's a full VIP.
I'm very jealous. I
so jealous with you, Dwight. I'm
tickets
jealous.
and everything. And of course, I'd never win anything. But oh well. Next year, always next year. But this is great. So, but no matter where you are, Bud Light is making it
here
happen.
or at the actual Super Bowl. It's going to be amazing.
If you could see my face when I'm so salty, I'm salty. But you know
Although
what? I'm gonna have a
Sunday's gonna
good
make- right,
time
exactly.
on
Sunday
Sunday.
will
It's
make up for it.
fine. I
Sunday
will
will
look
make-
at my screen and be mad at Nathan, but I will be having a good time.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh yeah, and so everyone's excited. Getting some great messages here. Okay, so one more time, tell people what they need to do for Sunday. They don't need to get tickets ahead. Just show up.
Yes, just show up. Like we've been saying, show up on time. Yeah. Doors open at 3 p.m. So that's when the pregame starts. So, you know, it's still going to have the vibes. All the DJs they're going to be playing. And all the DJs they're going to be playing. And we just want you to come early to get your spots. You know, you and your crew. Make sure that you have the right view of the screens. And, you know, you're ready. Get your buckets.
Pace yourself, though. It's going to be a long
It
night.
will.
You got an after party, too.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And security will be strictly
Okay.
enforced, so you don't have to think that coming out there is going to be a problem. We know we have our shout out to the police of Royal Bahamas Police Force. Shout out to our own security. If you've ever been to one of our events, we don't have problems. So don't think like, oh, I don't want to come out there because this might happen to so many people. No, you will be very comfortable. We make sure we're all safe. I don't go anywhere I'm not safe, so I'm going to make sure you're safe.
Wow. Wonderful.
Yes.
Jade, great having you here. You have a lot of energy. We need to have you on more often. Jade Knowles and, of course, Dante McDonald, Nathan Arnett. Great. Looking forward to Sunday. Yes. Good stuff. I hope everybody has a blast on Sunday. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back with Morning Blend Business. We're talking Junior Junkanoo. That's tonight. So get all the details about that after the break. Stay with us.
Friends are back for Monday night time.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.